Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, we're breaking down the Thursday night football clash between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Tony, let's go quarter by quarter and see how this game unfolded. Start us off with the first quarter.
The Packers wasted no time establishing control at Lambeau Field. Jordan Love opened up the score with a crisp 5-yard touchdown to Romeo Doubs, capping off a well-balanced drive that mixed Josh Jacobs' physical running with quick passes. The Packers' defense also set the tone immediately, limiting the second-year quarterback Jaden Daniels' options and forcing the Commanders into third and longs on a consistent basis. By the end of the first quarter, it was already clear that the Packers had the upper hand, a 7-0 lead, and they had control of the game, the momentum, and the roaring home crowd as well.
So after the first quarter, the Packers are up 7-0, and Washington already looks a bit rattled. Tony, tell us what shifted in the second quarter.
All right. Green Bay doubled their lead in the second quarter thanks to Josh Jacobs, who pounded in a short touchdown run. His physicality wore down Washington's front line, especially after Dietrich Wise Jr. went down with a tough injury. Man, oh man, those injuries are always tough. On the other hand, on the other side, Washington struggled to generate a rhythm. Jaden Daniels showed flashes but missed field goals from Matt Gay, both beyond 50 yards. Man, it's a tall task when you're trying to go beyond 50 yards, but they were both missed. Really stalled any chance of momentum. Washington did salvage a field goal late in the half, but the Packers still held a comfortable 14-3 advantage. What stood out was not just the score, but how suffocating the Packers defense looked with Micah Parsons disrupting every series. That's what everybody projected. That's what we figured. Micah Parsons was going to make a difference. That pressure, man, that pressure that Micah Parsons brings.
Heading into halftime, Green Bay had the lead and the Commanders were already chasing the game. But Tony, the third quarter had its own story, didn't it?
Yes, the third quarter was all about missed opportunities and the Green Bay's ability to manage the clock. The Packers added a field goal to stretch the lead 17-3. Pretty comfortable. But the real story was how their defense kept Washington in check. Cooper notched a key sack and Parsons forced pressure that led the rush. Washington couldn't get the run game going, just 51 total yards on the ground, and the whole night the Packers weren't flashy in this quarter. But they were methodical, wearing down Washington and entering the fourth with a 2-score cushion. It was a championship-style quarter, disciplined defense and efficient. Man, the Packers are coming. They're coming. The NFC looks like they're in trouble. But we shall see. Yes, we shall see.
By the time the third quarter ended, Washington had just 3 points since the first half. Their rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, was trying to make something happen, but with no running support and constant pressure in his face, the Commanders looked stuck. Green Bay, on the other hand, didn't need fireworks. They leaned on Jacobs, used safe play action, and let the defense dictate the pace. That slow squeeze put Washington in a dangerous spot, trailing by 2 touchdowns with only 15 minutes to save the game. Tony, the fourth quarter had all the drama. Break down that final stretch for us.
No problem at all, no problem. The fourth quarter was where this game came alive. Washington finally found some rhythm. Jaden Daniels connected with Zach Ertz for a 20-yard touchdown, cutting the lead to just one score, 17-10. But Green Bay answered back immediately. Jordan Love dropped a beauty Tucker Kraft, who had the game of his life with 124 yards and an 8-yard touchdown catch. That score made it 24-10 and shifted the energy back to Green Bay. Still, Washington would fight. Terry McLaurin, reliable hands, brought an 11-yard touchdown, and Curtis Samuel added another on a short strike, cutting it 27-18. But the onside kick failed, and the Packers closed it out with a bruising drive led by Jacobs. Injuries hurt Washington badly, with Austin Eckler carted off the field. In the end, it was the Packers' composure, balance, and defensive edge that sealed the win, moving them 2-0 on the season and cementing themselves as early NFC contenders. Man, the Packers are coming, ladies and gentlemen. They said it. Once that trade was made, once that move was made, they are coming.
So the Packers finish it off with a statement win, 27-18. Washington's late push showed flashes of what Daniels and McLaurin can do together, but it wasn't enough to erase 3 quarters of missed chances. Between the injuries, missed field goals, and Green Bay's relentless defense, the Commanders left Lambeau with more questions than answers. The Packers, on the other hand, start 2-0 with wins against 2 playoff teams from last year. Tony, with Love, Kraft, and Parsons leading the way, this feels like more than just a hot start. It feels like a team sending a message to the rest of the NFC.
Heather, as always, it was definitely a pleasure working with you. Go ahead and give the audience the outro, and we shall see you, ladies and gents, later in the week.
And that's going to wrap up tonight's breakdown here on Gridiron Starcast, brought to you by Gridiron at Dallas. The Packers came out strong, the Commanders showed some late fight, but in the end, Green Bay stood tall at Lambeau. We want to thank all of you for tuning in and hanging out with us tonight. Tony always brings the deep dive, and I love taking this journey through the game quarter by quarter with you. Don't forget, we've got plenty more coming your way, especially with our Dallas Cowboys coverage. If you're a Cowboys fan, you won't want to miss it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and catch us next time right here on Gridiron Starcast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.